Hey, welcome back to Tech Ninjistics. Today is an exciting day. Well, more specifically, tomorrow is an exciting day. Tomorrow is the day when OS 10, 10.7 Lion is rumored to come out. So I thought I'd walk through some of the cool new features that are going to be in this release. We kind of basically know what this release is about now. It's been out and all sorts of information is on the Apple website. I'll go through some of the big ones via the Apple website, and then maybe touch on some ones that are not as advertisable, but are cool features nonetheless. First, multi-touch gestures. This is a big deal if you start to interact with your computer the way kind of Apple wants you, which is via these multi-touch gestures. There's all sorts of fun stuff you can do now if you have a trackpad, and this is Apple's answer to these displays, kind of touchscreen displays where you stick out your finger and you touch the screen. They basically said that's ridiculous and people don't like doing that from an ergonomic standpoint. So we're going to put all the power of touch into your trackpad or your Magic Trackpad like an accessory. And so kind of this is the direction around their gesture and touch strategy. If you spend a little time learning the gestures, I really do think it's a improvement for your workflow, and it can make things a lot faster for you. Just basic things like scrolling up and down done with a two finger drag, pinch to zoom. We kind of got used to that through the iPhone and the iPad. Swipe to navigate, that switches between pages. You'll be able to, this one right here, open Mission Control by just putting three fingers upwards. And we'll actually talk about it here. Let me scroll down and talk about Mission Control. Mission Control is basically a combo of dashboard, expose, and spaces all in one. Now, this is cool for me. I never was a huge spaces fan. This is going to basically make that feature a lot more accessible. It's going to put all your navigation and where are my windows and kind of put that all into one really easy to get to place. So combining a gesture with your ability to get into Mission Control is a really great idea. Just three fingers, move them upward on the trackpad, and then you're in here. You can organize all your apps. You can actually drag windows to different spaces up here on top. So I think this will be really cool. Again, a lot of working with OS 10 is kind of embracing some of these features and spending a little time learning the gestures rather than just using the mouse and kind of the standard ways of getting around. But it will make you a faster user of the operating system. Full screen apps, this is kind of cool, especially for computers like the 11-inch MacBook Air where you have less screen real estate. This is kind of a cool way of maximizing what you can see and what you can do. So I'm excited, especially as more and more apps take advantage of full screen. Things like Photo Booth and Mail and iPhoto. So that's going to be really nice. The Mac App Store, this is kind of the future for buying applications and distributing apps. And developers like it because it's basically free marketing for them if they can get into the featured app or the top app listing. It's also a great way to get updates pushed out. So you can have, in this version of 10.7, what we call Delta updates, which are updates that are just changes to the app rather than having to re-download the entire application every time you want to get an update. Launchpad's interesting. Launchpad has been kind of poo-pooed and people have different ideas about if it's good or not. I'm kind of on the fence on Launchpad. It basically turns your desktop into sort of like an iPad-like or iPhone-like Launchpad, for lack of a better word, kind of a display. So just like the iPhone and the iPad, you can create folders. You can put all your different apps on there. Again, you can turn it off if you don't like it, but it may be a productivity boost. On the other hand, it may just kind of put a lot of clutter in there. So we'll see. And again, it's not always there. There's a little icon down there, so you don't have to use it, but kind of an interesting feature. And again, it's one of those things that I'll just have to mess around and see if I like, and you'll have to do the same to see if it's part of your workflow. Resume is a cool feature. Basically, you get to close an app and you can open it back up, and it will be how you left it. You can actually do the same thing with the entire operating system. You can shut your computer off with a bunch of windows open. When you boot it back up, those same windows will be in the same places. It's an interesting feature. Again, it's another thing that will take some getting used to, because we're not used to all of our apps just being there exactly like we left them when we get back. But it'll be interesting to have that capability. Again, you don't have to do this. If you want to shut down with a clean slate, I'm told there will be an option to do that too. Autosave inversions are kind of cool. Basically, they're going to save your stuff for you. So the whole Command S saving thing, or going up to the file menu and saving, that's becoming a thing of the past, especially with apps that support it. Again, your app will have to support it, but it will save versions for you and do that automatically. So, and already we're seeing, for example, Final Cut 10 does this for you. You just never have to think about saving, and there's versioning, and it's kind of strange sometimes, but again, once you get used to it, it's cool. And if you make a mistake, you'll be able to go back in time. So that's, I think, a very, very powerful feature, and kind of another thing that we've been living with so long that won't be there anymore. AirDrop. This is a great way to get large files places. Often I move big video files, when you want to move 50 gigs of something, and this looks to be the way to do it now. We have like Dropbox, which is a third-party program which does little files really, really well. And man, don't know how I'd live without that now, but AirDrop is a very cool way to move big files, just kind of ad hoc to people by you. New Mail looks nice. Lion Server for Apple administrators also includes some really cool new features, including profiles for your iDevices, so you can manage kind of group policy basically for your iPads and iPhones and iPod Touches. Good for education and things like that. If you're just a consumer, not a educational IT administrator, that won't be a big deal for you. Let's see here. A few other features. There's 250 plus new features that they talk about. So there's obviously a lot to explore. I picked out a few of the ones I like. Let's see. We have electronic distribution of the operating system via the App Store. This is a really cool thing, because typically whenever Apple releases an update, they have to print new DVDs of the operating system and ship that to the stores. In tandem with the digital update that's sent to existing installations of OS X. They don't have to do that anymore. All updating will be done electronically. All installation will be done electronically. Kind of a brave new world. It's not great if you don't have a fast internet connection, but Apple has already offered to loan you theirs in their Apple stores. So kind of falls under the category of brave new world, but it certainly will be interesting. 10.7 Lion includes full disk encryption. If you want to scramble, encrypt the contents of your laptop, say if you travel a lot or something like that, so if it falls in the wrong hands, it won't be readable. You can now do that with full disk encryption. Restore partition. This is interesting. Because the operating system is downloaded digitally, you don't have a DVD automatically with you like you did in the past. You just buy the DVD and install it. What they're going to basically do, Apple will, is create a little segment of your hard drive on your computer that will include the original operating system file. So if you ever need to restore a clean operating system, you can do that from there. Built-in screen sharing. If I'm user A and user B is already logged in the computer, I can take another Mac, connect to that computer as a different user, and I won't interrupt what the user already on the computer is doing. So you basically can have one user working on the computer physically, and then you can remotely connect as another user and have that second user also be able to use the computer kind of in the background, which is a feature that's pretty cool. And we can do that in other operating systems and kind of fake it in certain ways with OS 10, but that's kind of a neat thing. Better security, that's always good. OS 10 is historically a very secure operating system. Things like address space layout randomization and app sandboxing, don't worry about that if you don't know what it is, but more security is good. Local time machine snapshots. If you're a time machine user, you'll be able to keep some of the functionality, kind of the restore functionality of Time Machine with you, even if you're on an airplane or something, which is really nice. You don't have to have that external hard drive connected. Encrypted backups, so you can encrypt the Time Machine backups that you're storing, just in case the hard drive that you're backing up to ever gets stolen. That won't be instantly readable. You can resize the window from any edge, not just the lower right hand corner. Right now you can only resize from here, and in the future any corner will do. So that's kind of something that Windows users have complained about for a long time, but it'll be cool. DFS, this is for IT people, but if you're in an environment where you're connecting to Windows servers with your Mac, that's going to really help out distributed file system and all that. Last but not least, full screen chess. That's kind of one of the new full screen apps that's out there, so you can do that. Anyhow, I've kind of gone fast for the sake of time, but hopefully Lion will come out tomorrow. It's the 13th when I'm recording this video. Tomorrow is July 14th. I don't know if it will. It may be a week or two later than that, but we'll see. It's going to be a really exciting release. I hope you get a chance to take advantage of it soon.